Hello, all my small viewers, I guess. This video is the solution to the grid. So if you look at Rick Lax's video, he shows you this trick where you basically just pick one number from all of this. So for example, let's say I chose 8, then I would circle it, and then I would cross out all the numbers to the side and above and below it, right? So then you keep going for 3 times. So then let's say I pick another number 10, and then I do the same thing, blah blah, and I pick another number. Oh, but the number cannot be crossed out. So then I pick 3, blah blah. And so if you notice, everything's crossed out but 1. So then that would be your fourth number. Then you add these numbers and you get some number, and then Rick claims that your number is 34. So the solution to this is you gotta realize some important facts. First is that you will always get rid of 6 numbers, then 4 numbers, then 2 numbers. So if you look at this example, I started off with 8. I got rid of 6 numbers because look, this is 1 2 3, and below here is 1 2 3. So in total I got rid of 6. But I make another note that when you're getting rid of 6 numbers, 3 will be to the side and 3 will be above and below. So if you notice, there's 3 here and 3 up and down, and that's true for anywhere that you pick. And then when you're picking your next number, you're gonna get rid of 4 numbers. So I think I picked I picked like 10, I think, afterwards, and I got rid of 4 numbers because when I scratched out 8, so these numbers are gone, these numbers are gone. Now 10, this is 1 number, this is 2 numbers, this is 3 numbers, and this is 4 numbers, because these don't count because they're already taken out of this grid. Alright, so then I think 13 next, then I'm gonna take out 2 numbers. So I would take out 1 and 2, and that's why the only thing that's left is that 1. But if you notice, every time you're taking out 6, 3 will be from the side. When you're taking out 4, 2 will be from the side, 2 will be high and lows, and then and your last one will be from the side, and 1 will be either high or low. So another thing to notice, it's an important fact for this solution, is that you will always have 4 circles in the end. So no matter, I crossed this 8, this is not supposed to be taken out. No matter what numbers you pick and no matter what order, you'll always end up with 4 circles at the end, always. And so now onto the way I try to understand this problem is this way. I created the same grid, and I gave the numbers subnotes, so like A1, A2, but they still all represent 1 2 3, 4, like that, because they're sequential and then they're increasing as they go down. This is a 7, it looks like a 2 7. Anyways, so this is what I did. So you have that grid right there, but if you think about it, what are the possibilities here? There's 1 2 3 or 4, right? So if you think about it, this is row 0, right? So row 0 times 4, because there's 4 numbers, is going to be 0 plus a number. So let's say you pick a number at random between 1 to 4, right? Then it's guaranteed that that number 1 through 4 will be between this one. So for example, if I pick 2 in this 1 to 4, then that's that one. If I pick 3, it'll be that one. Then now maybe you'll understand it better with this one. Now we're on the second row, but this row, the maximum value could be 4, but this one, the maximum value for this row can be 8. So that's why you're adding 4, because technically you're starting from 1 again. So 1 2 3 4, but you have to add 4 because it's the second row, so it's plus 8 plus 4. So if you think about it, if I wanted to pick any number at random, I would have to yet again pick a number from this interval, 1 to 4. Let's say I pick 2. Okay, so I'm gonna put these are number signs. 1 times 4 is 4, plus, let's say, 2, that's 6. So the second one is 6. You see, and then you continue the same process for the other one. So this is the third row, so you're gonna multiply it times 2, because the maximum value here can be 12, and the highest number you can pick is 4. So 2 times 4 is 8, plus 4 is 12. So that's why it represents that number. What's it called? So what else was I going to say about this? Well, the same thing follows for the fourth row as well. And it's important to note that it has to be between 1 and 4. Alright, so now a little bit more into the explanation is I drew here a little bag. Basically, this is your numbers bag. So basically, think of it like this: you have 4 possibilities within this interval. You can either pick 1, 2, 3, or 4. So it's the same thing when you look at this though. But the important thing is the canceling process that you do when you circle a number. Like for example, if you circle this one, right, A4 first, then think about it. Now you circle this, right? So this gets rid of the first row, am I right? Gets rid of the first row, and it gets rid of 1 to 4. It limits it to 1 to 3. You see, because you're going to be crossing this out. I don't want to make it too dark, but yeah, you're going to cross that out. So now look, you can only pick your numbers from 1 to 3. And then, this is an ideal perfect case, but nonetheless, you every time you pick a circle, you're decreasing your length of your square by 1. So, so there you go. So, but like, okay, so then if you pick A2, now for the next row, you would be limiting it to 2. So it would be from 1 to 2. You see, and then it'll limit it from, once you pick this one, now everything's canceled out. Let me just show you. So like that's your first one, right? Then you pick this one, and this will cancel out this one, and then the only number is this, right? So I mean, and if it'll work, because this is 4 plus 7 plus 4 plus 7 is 11, plus 10 is 21, plus 13 is 34, and that's the 34 right there. I mean, it works out. So I made it even simpler. So you have to remember, once you use like 1, right, for this one, you already used 1 from the back. So like if I use this one, I can't use 1 again, because that 1 will be gotten rid of with the crosses that I make. So I simplified everything onto this. Let me erase it, and I can start from scratch. So like, for example, alright, so basically I made it like this. So it'll be 0 times 4 plus h, and then this will be h1, because it'll be the first number that you pick up, plus now 1 4 plus h2. Okay, now I have to get rid of this, and then plus 2 times 4 plus h3, because it'll be the third number you picked out. And remember, they can't be the same, that's why I give them different subnotes, so they mean different things. And then your last one is 3 times 4 plus number 4 that you pick out. I know it looks long, but this is just 0, right? 0 times 4 is 0. 1 times 4, this is going to give me 4, right? 2 times 4, this gives me 8. 3 times 4, this gives me 12, right? This is just h1, so the first number you picked out, plus now 4, plus the second number, 2 times 4, that gave me 8, plus h, I keep saying h throughout the whole video, number 3, plus 3 times 4 is 12, and then plus the fourth number. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to group all the possible numbers and say, possible number 1, possible number 2, plus possible number 3, plus possible number 4, plus, now let's look at the constants that are there. Well, everything is a constant, but so it would be 4 plus 8 plus 12, right? So 4 plus 8 plus 12. Okay, so what's 4 plus 8 plus 12? This is 12, plus 12 is 24. Or did I miss something? don't think, but I don't believe I did. Let me see, just to make sure. Okay, this is plus 4 times 1. Okay, so let me see if this works out. So 1 plus 2, well, these numbers, right, they could be anything, but nonetheless, let's say, it doesn't matter in which order you put them because, you know, addition is associative, so it doesn't matter if it's 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, it doesn't matter the order, so you could just say it'll be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 eventually, and 3 plus 4 is 7, plus 2 is 9, plus 1 is 10, so all this gives me 10, and remember I have plus 24, so all this will be 24. 24 plus 10 will be 34. So you see, like, I simplified the system in this way, but I mean the main thing happens here. Like, if you understand this part right here, then you'll understand the whole thing, because, you know, the number things, the possible numbers here, as soon as you list them, just make sure that you take them out. You know, it's like without replacement. So once you take it out, it's gone. So like if your H1 could be 2, you won't see a 2 for H2, H3, H4. H2, H3, H4 has to either be 1, 3, or 4, but never again 2, because you're already using 2. So like it could have been 2, like plus 2, this would have been your first number. So you're getting rid of this this vertical line, so that limits your possibilities from 1 to 4. It will be 1 to 4, and it will not include the singleton point 2. So I know it's a bit confusing, that's why I don't want to put too much math into it, but it'll get rid of 2, so then that means technically the only possibilities is 1, 3, and 4, and that's how it limits it. But if you guys have questions, just let me know. You could put the comments in the bottom and the likes or anything. Oh, I almost forgot. Yeah, he did put up this one. I thought it was pretty funny, if you guys noticed it. He puts, if you watch his video again, which I recommend for fun, I guess, and so you can get views, he mentions this, he shows a little, like, glimpse of this little piece of paper. He says 1 plus 4 plus 10 plus 14 is equal to 29. Then he mentions, oh, but you guys probably will get a different number. But now that you guys, you know, are practicing, you're on your way to understand these problems mathematically, or I don't know, systematically, or I don't know, ideally, I don't know. But anyways, so like, let's say for example you picked 1 to be your first number, right? Here's 1. You're getting rid of the numbers that are horizontal and vertical to that number. So if you get rid of 1, right, that means you gotta get rid of 4. So that means that there's no possible way that 4 will end up as your next number. But I do give kudos to Rick for making this like little subliminal hint to you know, make people, I don't know, think that this is gonna work ideally, and they'll get different numbers. I don't know, it's pretty smart. I enjoyed it. Anyways, so yeah, good luck guys, I hope you liked the video.